Hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan, and boy does it feel good to say that again. We are back. It's been a while since we've posted, but we are finally back. We've got Super Bowl predictions here for you. It's an exciting time for football fans. August is always a bittersweet time because school is starting, but that also means football is coming back. So it's a balancing act, but we're going to focus on the second part, football, because that's what we do here at the Touchdown Table. And before we get into it, we just want to, thank everyone who's asked about us as people, asked about us in terms of the channel, and just really people who've been there for us over the time we've been off. Just with, busy schedules and with these guys being freshmen in college last year and me still being in high school, it was just difficult to make videos and put out content for you guys. So we're sorry for kind of being inactive for a while, but it was just because of, like I said, difficult scheduling and just inconvenience and lack of time. But the passion for football is certainly still there. And that's what motivated us to get back at it. We're back. We're glad you're here watching. And again, just thank you to everyone who reached out and asked about the channel during the time we were gone. And we're glad to be back. So let's make some Super Bowl picks. This is always fun.
Wow, we are back. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
As Ryan said, thank you to all of you. Not going to go into as long a spiel as he had because he covered a lot of it. But yeah, so hopefully he's coming to school with us now.
Yeah.
So maybe we can get the channel going. If not, we could do a podcast that might be a little bit easier. So we'll see what we do. I'm sure we'll be pushing to get something out for all of you. Okay, Super Bowl picks. Tyler, you got anything to say before we get into the video?
I've never heard anyone call it that before, but no, I mean, we're just very happy to be back, like everyone's mentioned. Don't want to talk about it too much. We're here to talk about football, not our hiatus. So let's get into it.
All right. We're starting with AFC predictions for the Super Bowl. And, well, as always, I'll be starting. And it's kind of bland. It's kind of it's the favorite to win the Super Bowl just overall. It is the Buffalo Bills. And look, there's a lot of reasons why you could pick the Buffalo Bills. But I'm going to explain to you why I picked the Buffalo Bills. Now, for some background on this, I didn't know who I was going to pick until today, both in the AFC and NFC. We were in the car together. Tyler was driving. I was on my phone scrolling through Instagram. The first thing that I saw was Josh Allen sitting at a table with a bunch of kids. That inspired me to pick the Bills to win. But besides that, there's more reasons, obviously. Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, leading a great team. He's got a stacked group of wide receivers, Stephon Diggs being the headliner, but Gabe Davis and Jameson Crowder there now too, which I didn't know until I looked at the depth chart right now. So they're stacked, still looking for a running back, but they got James Cook, so that'll be fun to see what he could do. And you know about their defense. Tre'Davious White is going to be back after the injury. They got two of the best safeties in the league, in my opinion, and their rushing core has gotten a lot better as well. The defensive line would be the better way to say that, but pass rushers would be the best way to say it. So keeping it short for me, I could talk for a long time. I have a feeling they're both going to say the Bills too. We actually don't know each other's picks as of right now. But I got the Buffalo Bills going to the big bowl, the Super Bowl. Let's see what Rye Guy's got for us.
Yeah, we're going to get to that really quick, but I do feel obligated to say, just because it's the Super Bowl pick video, last year, guess who each one of us individually picked to win the Super Bowl before the season? Let them guess, and then you tell them.
Comments right now.
Well, comment, like the video, subscribe.
That's later.
Okay, go ahead.
It was the Los Angeles Chargers. Or not the Chargers, the Rams.
We all picked the Rams to win the Super Bowl before the season.
Chargers last year, though.
Not to be in it, not to win. We all picked the Rams separately to win the Super Bowl before last season, and guess what they did that season?
Wait, who won the Super Bowl?
The Rams.
The Rams
So,
won not the Chargers.
We
That is
get it.
why
We
you need
do
to
get it
watch
right
this channel.
sometimes, despite popular belief. But anyway, I'm not going to talk too much. One, because we're probably already going too long. But two, because I have the same team representing the AFC in the Super Bowl as Jordan. So Bills Mafia in the Super Bowl, at least for
the
these
same
two
reason
guys
as you,
on the
right?
table. Really, for
You
a lot
saw
of
the
this.
Instagram video?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what video you're talking about. I had this in my head probably about a month ago. But I think Jordan made a lot of good points. I think just, it's about the guys they have on that team, but just the experiences and the types of games that they lost in the last few years, those just tough losses and at the end of their season, particularly last year. I just think those experiences are going to help kind of forge them into a better team, and sometimes they say you have to lose to know how to win. So I really do think that Buffalo getting to the Super Bowl would be a big full circle moment when you look at even back to when they blew the big lead in the wild card game against the Texans to just getting closer and closer.
I'd throw that one
and
in
then
Texans fan.
I mean, that's really where it started because that was like them. If you even want to go before that, you can go to the Jaguars playoff game, which was a weird game. But the point is, this is a team that's been getting better and better. They've had some tough losses. They've had a lot of growth, and I just think they finally take that next step, get over the hump, get through Kansas City if they need to, and get to the Super Bowl. And it couldn't happen to a more likable team and a more deserving fan base. So I got the Bills winning the AFC. Will Tyler make it a Buffalo sweep?
The tables will be in danger.
Interesting that you both said that. I'm glad you both picked the same team, but I'm gonna go a little bit of a different route.
Okay.
With the team that's got.
Is this the part where I leave the table now?
A lot of pieces
This
that
is
they've
the
tried
moment
to
in the
put
video where you stand
together.
up.
A younger quarterback, some new wide receivers they mixed in there, and building a defense. And I lied. I'm not going with a different team. I also picked the Bills. I just wanted to add some suspense in there. I think it's the Bills. That get it done this year. They've been right there every single year for the past 3 years now,
Yeah.
or something like that. They're always in the conversation. At least the past 2 years, where they're talking about Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen and that huge connection, and now they got what should be a good running back in James Cook. We'll see how that pans out.
Stop me
for
if
him.
you've heard this before, but apparently he's turning heads at training camp. Just like literally
No.
every young player is
But
turning
James
heads
Cook
at training
is
camp.
fantastic. Right
No,
now.
yeah, he's going to be good.
And,
but
yeah,
just
you know
I
what
ha-
school
you
he
know.
came out of, and all those running backs have turned out to be very good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, even defensively, you look at this
Georgia.
team now. I don't want to talk too much about it because you guys have mentioned it already. But they got the young pieces there that they've been trying to build. I mean, everyone thinks offense when you think about the Bills, but they got a pretty strong defensive line, some decent cornerbacks, and I think their special teams even is pretty solid. So all around, this is an exciting team. Yes, Tyler Bass is their
Largemouth or smallmouth? Or rock bass?
This is why the videos end up being 30 minutes. But yeah, we all picked the Bills. It's not a shock from the AFC. I mean, there's so much competition in the AFC. I mean, every single team has a shot to at least make the playoffs, except for like maybe two. We were saying there's two teams where like, oh, I don't think they have a legit chance.
Those teams were the Texans and the Jaguars,
Yeah.
Ryan said.
Yeah, that's at least my opinion. I mean, I said that the only two teams in the AFC that I can confidently say will not make the playoffs this year are the Jaguars and the Texans. I think they'll both improve from last year, but not enough to get into the playoffs. Everyone else in the AFC, I think you could make a case for to get in.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what's going to make it a fun year.
It's going to be fun and stacked, but we can move on to the NFC now.
Yeah.
Jordan, do you want to start again, or I can start?
No. It comes back to me, right?
All right,
I
go ahead.
think that's how we usually do it.
I don't remember.
So,
honestly.
AFC-wise, the tables are in danger. So if you got any tables in your house, watch out. We will be protecting
The
this
touchdown table. No
Yeah.
mafia.
Although we will be
here.
gone, I don't think we're taking the table with us. That would be a long haul for this.
We'll have to
little
have
sucker.
a new setup.
We're gonna have to
down
get
there.
the Ring doorbell or something down here to the alarm system, whatever it is you see all over YouTube. You got to get it secured down here. We'll go pro, not a sponsor. Anyways, now to the NFC. I went bland on the AFC, and golly, did I not want to go bland on the NFC. But I did.
Oh.
And
Lots of misdirection in this video.
well, I mentioned this team earlier, and it's not the Chargers. It's the other Los Angeles team that won the Super Bowl last year. It's the Rams, and it's just because they're a really stinking good team. And I think they've, if anything, gotten better this year. Matthew Stafford's got a year under his belt after winning the Super Bowl, and now he's going to be even more comfortable with this crew. Cam Akers, hopefully he can stay healthy the whole season. I think he's a fantastic running back. And they added Allen Robinson from our Chicago Bears. We're going to miss you, even though you didn't really try last year for us, which I understand because we stunk. But now he's going to try, and it's going to be fun to see what will happen. Odell Beckham Jr. has not signed back with them yet, but I know that Allen Robinson is a fantastic replacement. And then their defense, it's just still really good. I mean, they have the best defensive player in the league in Aaron Donald. Arguably, TJ Watt's right there, in my opinion. Added Bobby Wagner and just so many other great people in the secondary. They're just dangerous. They got Matt Gay kicking the ball, and he's just a fantastic kicker. Had him on my fantasy team last year. Didn't think I'd forget about that.
That's how you know the touchdown table's back.
fantasy.
Jordan's fantasy plugs.
Mm-hmm. You know, I almost picked the Cowboys because Dak Prescott was on my fantasy team last year, but I didn't make the playoffs, so I didn't think it was going to be worth it. So, yeah, I'm going Bourne, but they're just such a good team.
You should pick the Bucks because they signed Kyle Rudolph and Rudolph for the red zone.
Yeah, but that team wasn't very good.
I know. That's why.
That was one of my fantasy team names as well. My last year was Admiral Dakbar.
That was a good one.
Anyways, I got the Rams to take the NFC title. Ryan Stojets, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, I'm glad they'll be able to switch it up a little bit. I do think the Rams absolutely have a shot to get back there. I still think they're going to be a really good football team. I think they'll win the division. I think they'll be great. But I got a different team representing the NFC. And before I say that, I just do want to say we do have a Bills-Rams kickoff game this year. So you'll get to see your Super Bowl prediction play out. And how cool would that be if it's week 1, literally the first game of the regular season, and then they end up finishing it up in February, that'd just be crazy.
Yeah, he definitely didn't know that when he made the pick.
Circular storytelling.
Yeah, he definitely did not know that at all, but just thought I'd mention it. But I've got something a little different, and
that pause doesn't sound very promising.
Oh no, I mean I wouldn't call it outlandish, but I'm just glad that I'm going to switch it up because I have a team that was not in the Super Bowl last year, but they were in the Super Bowl and the year before that. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers led by 45-year-old Tom Brady going back to the Super Bowl. And I mean, just the fact that Tom Brady is 45 years old and he's still
I thought he retired, but
yeah,
he's
that
back.
I really, as a football fan, I was really happy when Brady announced he was.
Do you remember where you were?
I was in my kitchen, actually, and I went into my living room and I said, Mom and Dad, guess what? There's some NFL news. They guessed some things, and then they eventually got to it, and they weren't as happy, but just, even though he's tormented my team in the past, he's probably tormented your team too. Just, NFL wouldn't be the same without him, so I'm glad we'll get to enjoy that for at least one more year.
I was with you.
I don't know.
We were at a gas station with our friend Adam Duell filling up gas, and we learned that Tom Brady was unretiring.
Yeah, and since he's going to unretire, I think that Tom Brady and the Todd Bowles-led Buccaneers team, I think they're going to be NFC champs for the second time in 3 years.
And Todd Bowles.
Yeah, you would have probably, if you picked the Bucs, you would have started talking about Bruce Arians. So I still think he has a front office role, but
he does. Yeah.
Anyway, and when you look at the Bucs team, I mean, Tom Brady's there, but that offensive line, I know Ryan Jensen got hurt, and the center quarterback relationship is really important, so that's something to watch. But hopefully he won't miss too much time. But other than that, the offensive line is really solid, and that's important when you got Tom Brady back there. But just the receivers, I mean, Chris Godwin, yeah, he's coming back off of injury, but when him and Evans are healthy, they're one of the best duos in the league, I think. And also, when you look at the two guys that they brought in, 2 former Falcons, Russell Gage and more notably and more recently, Julio Jones. I mean,
that's just crazy.
When you just see Julio Jones going to the Bucs, you just feel like how did the NFL let this happen?
Like I thought the NBA. It feels
honestly, I thought Julio Jones was going to go to the Colts in like week 7 to reunite with Matt Ryan, but the Bucs said, hey, this is a guy who we want to add right now, and I think obviously it's a low risk, high reward situation. And I know Gronk retired, but that defense is just so stacked. The pass rush is great. The defensive backs are great. It's just such a complete defense.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Him, Devin White, and the defensive front, and just everyone. I mean, that is a really good football team, a complete team. And I think they'll cruise to a division championship, and I have them making it all the way to the big game, winning the conference. And just when you thought you might finally not have to watch Tom Brady in the Super Bowl ever again, at least according to my prediction, you're going to be watching Tom Brady in the Super Bowl this February. So, Bucs win the NFC according to my prediction.
Agree to disagree, but I respect your decision.
Yeah, I think I
almost picked the Bucs too.
I think I have a Bucs-Rams NFC championship in my bracket.
Hey,
so yeah,
we can shake it.
Yeah,
don't spill your Diet Coke.
I won't.
Yeah.
So far we have 2 different teams picked for the NFC. Before I give away who I'm going to pick, I think both of yours are pretty typical answers, which is not a bad thing, right? Mine's a little bit not as typical. I'm picking a different team for real this time.
I gotta think.
For real?
For real, it's a different team.
I think
Packers.
That was my guess.
Okay, we'll see if you're right here in a second. But Jordan, you talked about, or Ryan was mentioning, how the Rams were in the Super Bowl last year. 2 years ago, it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And 3 years ago, it was the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, that's fun.
So, I mean, I really think this team has a shot to get back. There's a lot. I mean, it's a young team. I kind of did the same thing last year with the Chargers where I picked a younger, more developing team to go to the Super Bowl. And we saw that happen in the AFC. It was just the wrong team. It was the Bengals instead of the Chargers. But I feel like the 49ers now in the NFC, there's not as good of competition. And in their tough division, they're going to have some tough games to play. And I think they're a team that's going to find their stride as the season goes on. Weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, they might not look like a Super Bowl team.
Week 1, they're going down, baby.
That's right.
They're down.
They're down. But
suck.
As we get on with the season, I think this is a team to look out for. I mean, wide receiver wise, they still got Deebo Samuel there. I believe he just got himself a new deal.
He did.
Brandon Ayuk. I mean, there's some guys there, but it's not like the greatest.
George
but I still
Kittle.
feel like George Kittle with the tight end I was about to hit on as well. That makes the impact. And then talking about the quarterbacks, I mean, there's still that competition kind of between Trey Lance and Garoppolo, but they've said that it's going to be Trey Lance starting, which I think is the right move. We saw, I mean, he got to go in for that mixed quarterback offense that they had, but now this is really his team. And I don't think he's going to be great or elite yet. There's definitely those attributes that he has to where he could take off and run, and his arm is so talented. He could really take a step up this year, and I'm excited to see that. And then defensively, I mean, you look at the young guys. They've got Javon Kinlaw, Nick Bosa, other guys like Eric Armstead, Fred Warner, some of the more veteran guys on the team. So there's a huge mix of players here, and I'm excited to see what they can do. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be immediately week 1 and 2. You're like, oh, watch out, this team really can shock people. But as the season goes on, they play in that tougher division where they get those big games. They can really go on a playoff run, much like we saw the Bengals do last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Bengals comparison, and I do think it's a pretty sneaky pick. I'm a believer in Trey Lance, so hey, we'll see.
Yeah. What I will say is this. If I were to go strictly by my Instagram, I saw the Bills thing first. The next thing I saw, it was once I finished scrolling through my feed, there was like this 49ers Nation thing that popped up that it wanted me to like. I didn't like it, but so if the 49ers do end up going to the Super Bowl with the Cowboys, then my Instagram knows the future. It's a genie. And I think...
But I just want
Are they
I
gonna-
think that through for a second.
Are they going to swap up the conferences mid-season or something?
Yeah.
Or what I say.
The
You said
Bills.
the 49ers and
Oh,
Cowboys
you
are
meant
going to
the
go to
Bills.
Super
I meant
Bowl.
Bills, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. Anyway, so...
It's like when you ask someone who doesn't know football to make a Super Bowl pick and they say 2 teams in the same conference. You have to say no.
Browns,
It's not
Steelers.
possible.
That's even worse. It's the same division.
Yeah.
All right. I will say lastly, from me, talking more about Trey Lance, I was someone who was not as high on him, but coming out of the draft, but I still feel like there's that potential. I mean, we saw Garoppolo go to the Super Bowl with this team, and that's not me bashing on Garoppolo, although I don't think he's like the best quarterback or like top 10 or anything like that. This team around Trey Lance can still help that, and he can be a foundation piece that really changes things up and shifts the NFC up. And let's see who wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm
Jordan, back to
excited
you.
for this.
Mm-hmm. Well, something else I want to say real quick about what Tyler's pick was, not only because I was biased because of the Instagram thing, but like the 49ers are a team that could fight in any game. I remember last year, week 17, the way they had to fight, they were playing the Rams, right?
Oh, yeah, and there were like more 49ers fans at the game.
Yeah, so they're a team that is very, they're very gritty.
Scrappy. Yeah.
Scrappy. They're gritty. Oh, man. Funny. Okay, we're picking who wins the Super Bowl. It's the big moment. Remember, my teams are the Rams and not the Cowboys. It is the Bills. Who's going to win? Drum roll, please. It's the Bills. We don't need the drum roll. Sorry.
All right.
But yeah. Look, Instagram bias, number 1, obviously. I mean, Josh Allen talking to those kids. It was like an omen that I had to pick them to win. But as I said before, I'm not going to go through everything that I said.
We're gonna find this video and like play it over. So
Yeah.
It was. I didn't even listen to the audio of it. But anyways, the Bills are a really good team. They're due. Ryan said you have to lose to know how to win. And at this point, they know really how to win because they've lost a lot of big games. They've had a lot of heartbreak, and it's something that every NFL fan wants to see. Nobody hates the Bills. They're such a fun team to watch. They're such a fun fan base to watch, and I would love to see Josh and the boys win the Super Bowl. So I got the Bills Mafia taking home the Super Bowl. Ryan, who do you got? Bills or Bucks?
There you go. So yeah, just setting up Super Bowl 56. It's Josh Allen and the Bills. Could Buffalo finally capture their first Super Bowl title after so much heartbreak and just so many different things that those fans and that team had to endure, even over the last few years, but also just in their history? Or is it, of course, Tom Brady and potentially his last NFL game ever with Todd Bowles in his first year as head coach in the freaking Super Bowl? Lots of good storylines, lots of likable players on both sides. Who is it hoisting the Lombardi? It is the Bills. They're going to win Super Bowl 56, and we are 2/3 of the way to doing what we did last year, where we're
going all the way
without knowing
the table.
Without knowing, again, last year we didn't know each other's predictions either. Yeah, last year we didn't know each
other's
predictions.
This year's
we didn't know anyone else's predictions either. So yeah, if there's any headphone users out there, you probably heard him. So Tyler's got the Bills and the Niners. Is he on the Bills Mafia train, or does he have Trey and the guys from San Francisco winning?
Well, I am the only person in the world that knows if we're gonna sweep the table right now, and that's just something really fun. But I'm gonna
only person that has existed, exists, or will exist that knows that right now.
Wow. Let's just bask in this.
At this moment, at least. At this time.
Some Neil deGrasse Tyson stuff right there.
All right. Let's change that. So,
Space continue.
Reminder, my Super Bowl pick is the Bills and the 49ers. 49ers were the team that I was saying watch out for. Maybe they start to catch on later in the season and really spark something there. And with the Bills, they're a team everyone's been talking about to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And, I mean, they're a favorite. So it's tough to pick against them.
Are you going to do it?
And I'm not going to pick against them. I'm going with the Bills. The Bills.
How about it?
2 years in a row we have done this. Last year, all three of us picked the Rams to win. And this year, we're going with the Bills. We got Bills Mafia at the touchdown table, apparently. So, I mean, you guys kind of talked about the reasons.
The Bills table.
The Bills table, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys talked about the reason. I don't think I need to clarify. I talked about when I said why they would be in the Super Bowl in general. I mean, there's just so much hype around this team. And they've been so close. And it's just a matter of time before they put the pieces of the puzzle together. And this year, I think, is going to be that year. I'm excited for the Bills this year. I'm excited we have another sweep across the table. Mm-hmm. And excited that we can wrap this video up now.
Those are my fantasy rankings for last year. They sucked because I didn't make the playoffs.
All right, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
I got one. TDT Nation, we love you.
Touchdown table nation.
Yeah, I mean, great to be back. Great to do this video and just be talking football again. Again, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like once we, get situated for the school year, but I know at least I will be pushing for us to put content out there for you guys, make videos for you guys. Not sure what it'll look like or how frequent it might be, but we'll just have to kind of adapt to the circumstances and just do what we can. But again, the passion for football is still there. We still love making these videos for you guys, and that has never changed. So thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with us through our long time off, and we are back. And Touchdown Table is all in on the Bills winning the Super Bowl. And again, just remember last year, we all told you the Rams were going to win the Super Bowl before the season, and they won the Super Bowl that year. So, Bills fans, if you think that this is bad luck, the records show it's good luck. So.
Yeah, you're in good company right now with the Rams.
I do have one more thing to say. If you are interested in seeing how we get content out throughout the next year, follow our socials. I think we just have Instagram.
Yeah.
But I think it's the Touchdown Table, no space, no cap. So yeah, we'll probably post on there what we'll do if we're doing a podcast. Then Spotify, whatever else, wherever you find your audio podcasts, you might be able to find us. So.
Yeah, that is definitely something.
We love you.
We still want to stay on YouTube as well, but like we've said, with circumstances, it might be a bit tough. But if you guys want to see that, please let us know in every way you can. And that would be by liking this video, especially commenting down below that you're back and you want to see more and you're excited for this type of stuff, and subscribing to the channel.
He's one of our loyal fans.
He really is.
We really want to continue to build this. I mean, we just enjoyed doing this for fun, but if it could become something more, we would love that. So just please let us know what you guys think. I know it's been 8 months since we've done a video, but
8 months.
It's really been that long?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
But
that's like
we're back for now, and if you guys want, we can keep it that way. So please let us know. Like, subscribe, comment, donate.
Yes.
Where there's no, I don't think there's a donation tab. But yeah, I don't
Hit
want to
the
milk
bell
this too
on.
much. Probably lost most of our viewers already after they saw the Super Bowl picks. But thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure to be back here, and hopefully we'll be back soon.
It's time. We're getting ready to go.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and with that, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.